This happened a few years ago. I was traveling with my ex-boyfriend. We were in Nebraska, which as most of us know is all cornfields. And for some reason Onstar took us off the interstate, so we were on a back highway and came up to a four-way stop where we saw a car that was seemingly broken down in the middle of it, which I found odd. So I said don't stop, and he said okay, but then he stopped at the stop sign anyway. As soon as he braked, three guys got out of the car. I told my ex, get us the hell out of here, and he quickly turned and started speeding off. As I looked in the mirror, I could see one of them holding something out at us. I'm unsure if it was a machete or gun. More people started coming out of the corn near the car as well. Certainly, they were planning on tricking, ambushing, and killing someone. So this happened like a decade ago. I can't remember her name or how we met. My first memory is sitting with her late at night in a noisy pub on a first date. The waitress had just taken our drink order. So we were talking about this and that. And the conversation happens onto funny video clips. So I show her a funny clip on my phone. She giggles and proceeds to show me one. So I take her phone, and it is a clip of a man getting his head cut off by religious extremists. This feeling of horror, sorrow, and total emptiness comes over me. Like a void. Like a vast body of dark waters. There's nothing to say. Nothing to do. No witty comeback. Nowhere to go from here. Because it's seen. And it can never be unseen. And I wasn't given a choice in the matter. I just stare at her phone until it locks and the light goes off. I look up at her and she's just sitting there, taking in my reaction. Smiling. There was no second date. Tonight, while eating at a 24-hour IHOP late at night, 1 a.m., I was seated with my dad beside a big window. Out of the corner of my eye, I see this kid maybe about high school aged or maybe in college like me at the oldest, making a super creepy face. It was a split-second glance, but I think he had his eyes rolled back or something to scare me. Then as soon as I looked over and did a double take cause of the creepy face he made, he holds up his phone with the screen facing me and does a weird shuffling run very quickly up to the window as if trying to show me something on his phone. I realize as he gets close that the screen shows Snapchat with the front camera on, so, since the screen was facing me, I saw myself on the phone screen, and he snaps a picture of me, which I could see as the front of the screen was facing me, and then runs away with a weird shuffling run. I know it's just some silly teenager crap, but it was wildly unsettling, and I felt creeped out the whole rest of my meal. I even debated running outside to find him and splash a water bottle in his face or something for being such a creep, but obviously that'd be a bit overkill, and he seemed to disappear anyway. Is this some sort of TikTok challenge or something that I don't know about? Is making creepy faces so someone looks up and then taking weird front-facing pics of them a thing? I know it's harmless, but it sure was disturbing at the moment. I'm a 22-year-old female for context. While I was living at uni by myself, I messaged a man who had a PS2 for sale on Facebook. It was a really good price and looked really good condition. I really should have known it was too good to be true. Anyway, I message him about it, and he says he will drop it off straight after work, and that he's working on a building site near where I live. All good, right? Except, he kept saying he will do me a solid and drop it right to my door, even though I repeatedly said I would meet him at a nearby car park. He said okay, fine. He wasn't happy about it, but whatever, I was getting my PS2, and I was buzzing about it. So a few hours go by, and I walk up the hill to chill with my friend Adam, who's a bloke in the same age as me. I flippantly mention that I'm meeting this man for the PS2, and Adam is all like, "You can't just meet a random at a car park." I'm also very petite too, I guess if someone wanted to grab me they could, which was Adam's thinking. I agree to let Adam come with me, and actually it was a good idea. The man texts me again, asking if we are still good to meet and what will I be wearing. I thought to recognize me. So I tell him what I'll be wearing and what I look like, and then I mention I'll be with a stocky, dark-haired man with a beard. He stops replying and deletes his Facebook account. I never hear from him again. I can't help but think something dodgy was going to happen, and my friend making me tell the guy I wouldn't be alone prevented it from happening.